Welcome back to the gentle night, a place where quiet stories, gentle breathing, and peaceful hearts come to rest. If this space brings you calm, please consider subscribing to our channel. Let stillness become your nighttime ritual. Let softness guide your dreams. Now, let us begin together. Gently take a deep, slow breath in and a soft, quiet breath out. Let your shoulders relax. Let your arms grow heavy. Let the thoughts from the day slowly fade into the distance. You are safe now. You are here, and the night is holding you. In your imagination, you find yourself standing before an old wooden gate. Its frame is strong but gentle, aged with time, covered in ivy and ancient symbols carved long ago. The gate creaks softly as you open it. Not harsh, just enough to let you know it's alive. It has waited for this exact moment, for you. Beyond the gate, a sacred garden stretches quietly into twilight, not grand, but eternal. It feels as if the entire world has taken a slow breath and decided to hold it for just a while longer. The air smells of earth, cedar wood, and fading blossoms. Not far away, a bamboo grove sways gently, each leaf brushing against the next like a whispered conversation. You step inside, barefoot. The stone path beneath your feet is cool and rounded, as if every step you take has already been walked by countless peaceful souls before you. To your left, a koi pond glimmers, its water so still it reflects the sky like glass. You see a pale crescent moon above, and as you move, the ripples follow slowly, like time itself has softened. In your hands, you hold a small lantern. It is simple, wooden, bound with rice paper and silk thread. At first glance, it appears unlit. But when you close your eyes, you feel a faint hum from within, like a heartbeat, or the breath of something ancient and kind. Breathe in and feel that gentle hum match your breath. Breathe out and notice how the light within the lantern flickers faintly, responding to your calm. You walk slowly now, each step in rhythm with your breath. Inhale, step. Exhale, step. The garden invites you deeper. You follow a path lined with moss and tiny white petals. Above, wind chimes dangle from a curved wooden beam, and they tinkle softly in the breeze. delicate, like distant laughter in a dream. There are no signs, no directions, and yet you are not lost. Your body knows where to go, or rather, your breath does. It leads you past a cluster of plum trees. The fruit is not ripe, but their scent, subtle and bittersweet, lingers like a forgotten memory. You pause for a moment beneath one of the trees. The lantern in your hand glows a little brighter. You don't need to understand why. You just notice and accept. Nearby, a stone bench waits, worn smooth by time. You sit down gently. The lantern rests beside you, casting a quiet circle of amber light. All around you, stillness, and within you, space. The kind of space that does not demand to be filled. It simply exists. You take another deep breath in. Feel it flow through your chest, down to your belly, and back out again. Each breath is a thread, weaving you gently into the fabric of the night. As you sit quietly, you hear something soft in the distance, a low, melodic humming, as if someone far away is singing without words. It rises and falls like the waves of a distant sea, but you feel it in your bones. It's familiar and calming. You realize then that someone else is walking this path, not beside you, not ahead or behind, but in a story that lives beneath the surface of this garden. The story of the lantern keeper, the one who walks these same stones each night with a lantern just like yours. You have heard whispers of this tale before, told by firelight or carried in dreams. But tonight, you will hear it fully, not all at once, but slowly, gently, like how rain begins in silence before it falls. Now, close your eyes if they are not closed already. Feel the weight of your body on the stone bench. Feel the lantern's warmth beside you. Feel the night settle in like silk draped over your shoulders. Nothing is asked of you here. No effort is needed. Only breath, only rest. And when you're ready, we will begin the tale of a quiet man who carried light through the dark, not to be seen, but to guide others home. But for now, just sit and breathe. This is the garden, and you are part of it now. The wind grows still. The sky deepens into velvet, and the light from your lantern flickers softly beside you. You sit quietly on the bench beneath the plum tree, in the heart of the garden. The hush around you feels like it's waiting, not empty, but sacred. You feel it before you hear it. A presence, gentle, timeless. The story begins now. Long ago, nestled in the folds of distant hills, there was a small village made of wood and silence. It lay where the river met the forest, where foxes watched from shadows, and the wind told secrets to the bamboo. In that village, there lived a man known only as the Lantern Keeper. No one knew his true name. They simply called him by what he did. He carried the light every evening without fail. As the sun bowed to the horizon, he would step outside his small wooden house, holding a lantern in his hands. It wasn't just any lantern. It was said to be lit by the breath of his ancestors, not with fire, but with something deeper, something remembered, something that came from love. He walked the same path each night, through the forest beyond the village, across the narrow stone bridge over the stream, and up the winding hill that overlooked the valley. And as he walked, he hummed. It was not a song with words, just a melody, soft, steady, like a lullaby that belonged to the earth. The children of the village would sometimes stay up, peeking through paper windows, watching for the glow of his lantern as it passed. Some said that if you listened closely, you could hear your own heartbeat echoing in his tune. The elders said the keeper was not just lighting a path. He was keeping the night safe. He was reminding the darkness that it didn't have to be frightening, that it could also be kind. Seasons passed. Blossoms came and went. Snow covered the rooftops. Still, he walked, lantern in hand, humming, always humming, but no one ever asked why. Until one day, a traveler arrived in the village. He was thin, worn, his clothes faded by wind and distance. His eyes, they looked tired in a way that sleep could not fix. He came to the edge of the village just before dusk, as the villagers were lighting their evening candles. He asked for nothing. He only sat by the old tree near the shrine, watching the sun disappear behind the hills. A child approached him and said, "If you wait here, the Lantern Keeper will come. He always does." The traveler said nothing, but he waited, and sure enough, soon a soft glow appeared between the trees, then a shadow, then the keeper himself. He walked slowly, his steps deliberate, not because he was old, but because he honored every step. When he reached the traveler, he stopped. Their eyes met. no words were spoken. The keeper simply nodded and turned slightly to the path beside him. An invitation. The traveler stood, and together they walked, side by side, through the trees, across the stream, up the winding hill. No words, only silence and the sound of footsteps beside a glowing light. When they reached the top of the hill, the keeper stopped. He placed the lantern on a large flat stone. The wind did not touch its flame. Together they looked out over the valley. The village below shimmered faintly like stars tucked into the earth. The traveler turned to the keeper and asked, in a voice barely above a whisper, "Why do you walk this path every night, even when no one is watching?" The keeper smiled gently, and after a moment he replied, "Because one day someone will need the light, even if they don't yet know they are lost." The traveler did not answer, but something in his face softened. A tension dissolved, and that night, for the first time in many years, he slept deeply, without dreams, only peace. The next morning, the villagers found the traveler still sleeping. Beneath the old tree near the shrine, the faint scent of cedar lingering around him. He woke with the sunrise, and before leaving, he bowed to the earth, to the trees, and to the invisible presence that had lit the path beside him. From that day forward, the traveler became quiet, gentler. He carried a small lantern too, and though he did not hum, those who walked near him felt lighter. The story of the lantern keeper was never written in books. It was passed from breath to breath, from silence to silence. And even now, some say that if you walk alone at dusk, on a path lined with moss and memory, you may still hear his humming. Just behind the rustling leaves, the story lingers in the air, like a soft mist that hasn't yet decided to fade. You remain seated on the stone bench beneath the plum tree. The lantern beside you still glows, not bright, not fading, just steady. A silence has settled over the garden, not empty, but full of breath, of meaning, of the story that now lives within you. Take a deep, gentle breath in and slowly release. The tale of the lantern keeper may feel like a memory or a dream, but in truth, it is closer than either. It is a part of you. Maybe tonight, you are the traveler. You arrived here carrying something heavy, a weight in your chest, a restlessness in your mind, a longing for something unnamed. You came seeking rest, not sure what you needed, only sure that something was missing. And now, after walking the garden path, after hearing the keeper's story, perhaps you feel a little lighter. Not because the journey is over, but because you remembered you are not alone. Or maybe tonight, you are already the keeper, quiet, watchful, tired in ways you cannot explain. You've been carrying the lantern for others, for years perhaps, and maybe you'd forgotten that your light matters too, that you deserve to pause, to breathe, to be held. Whether you are the seeker or the guide, the weary or the wise, the truth remains, the light is in you. The lantern is yours. Not to impress, not to prove, but simply to remind you of who you are when everything else becomes still. Now, imagine yourself standing once more on the path. It is night now. The garden is cloaked in shadows, but they do not feel frightening. They feel like rest. The lantern in your hand glows softly, matching the rhythm of your breath. You take a step forward, then another. The stones beneath your feet welcome you. Above, the stars begin to appear, one by one, like tiny lanterns floating in an endless sky. The wind is calm, the trees are still, the earth listens, and then you begin to hum. Not because you are trying to remember the keeper's tune, but because it rises naturally from the quiet place inside you. A hum that feels like home. A hum that feels like healing. As you walk, your light does not shine outward. It glows inward like a warm memory, like a child falling asleep in someone's arms. And somewhere, someone, perhaps far away, feels lighter without knowing why. Because your light has reached them too. Breathe in deeply now. Feel your body sink. Let gravity hold you like the moss holds the stones, like the night holds the stars. Let your hands relax. Let your feet go soft. Let your heart rest. You are not lost. You are not late. You are exactly where you are meant to be. Right here, in the garden, in the quiet, in the glow of your own gentle light. If your mind begins to wander, gently bring it back. Return to the rhythm of your breath. Return to the feeling of the lantern resting by your side. Return to the story. And if words fade away, if your thoughts drift off into dream, that's okay. That's perfect. You don't have to hold on to anything anymore. The night will carry you. The silence will guide you. The keeper walks beside you still, not in footsteps, but in presence. You are safe now. You are home, and the light was never outside of you. It has always been there, glowing quietly, waiting for your breath to wake it up again. So let go. Let yourself drift. Let yourself become weightless, like a paper lantern rising into the night sky. No resistance, no noise, only stillness, only peace. Good night, gentle soul. May your dreams be lit by kindness, by memory, and by the quiet promise that you are and always have been the light.